Look at this. Y'all don't out here. I mean, oh, they put up the wrong thing. Y'all don't out. Look at all these. Okay. Look, I don't know why they're talking about OVO. What is OVO? I don't know why Quinn Emanuel in their Slack, I think this is Slack, is saying OVO. I don't know. Then the other one says, Marie, good. I got more than we thought we would on that. Just make sure you're sharing the right screen. So she did it once. And the other ones are saying, yo, you shared the wrong screen. Like, you got to get, come on, like, we're getting paid $1,500 an hour. We got to do this right. We're bleeding Meg's pockets. Let's come with some results. Okay? Bet. You know, they did it again. Watch this. This is how I know I was getting on their skin, chat. Look at this shit, chat. Look, I'm talking their ear off. They said, if he won't shut the I'm never getting through this. Yeah, I had a lot to say. Yeah, I had a lot to say. Yeah, I had a lot to say. I had a lot to say. Told my if I don't shut the you ain't getting through this. You ain't gonna get through this. Keep building Meg Thee Stallion and Roc Nation. I got a lot to say. Nah, homie, we got no. Listen, yo, but today, cuz I had time.
So Ak recently had a deposition with some Roc Nation lawyers. A lot of these Roc Nation lawyers were beginners, and you can tell because they're never dealt with a guy like Ak before. They probably had to deal with a lot of other suckers that were easily to confuzzle, if you would, or to deceive and to have say whatever they want him to say. But Ak wasn't going for that, and I think here's where they messed up. Well, one of them, there was a young attorney that's part of the Roc Nation bunch, let's say, that actually kind of felt sorry for Ak, and you can tell just with their facial expressions. Like, I even showed the video to my wife, and she even said, why is that attorney look like that? Who is that lady that looks like this? And you can see this, I mean, this still shot right here. Look at the faces that she was making. But anyways, you could tell she kind of agreed with it, because at first, the lady that's writing down everything, Ak says the N-word, and she right away tells him to repeat that. But it's like, come on, you know what he said. But anyways, so the young one, her name is, I don't want to mess up her name, right? But she has, her last name is Harris. All right, Alana Harris made the big mistake of sharing her screen and showing the chat. So they had some other girl do it, and then that girl showed the screen. I believe Mary, and I don't want to say her last name wrong. Mary Herepathan. Herepathan. I don't freaking know. Okay, look, I don't know how to read, right? So Mary Hepathan was messaging. Okay, there was a a bigger biatch than Megan Thee Stallion, than Megafoot. There was a bigger biatch, like Sasquatch biatch, like literally resting Sasquatch face. Like, she was like, and she didn't even do her hair. She was real frizzy. Her eyebrows looked all messed up. They looked like railroad tracks. It was crazy. So this lady was the one that was like giving all them sly jabs and sly comments, because you know they were probably all getting paid thousands of dollars an hour to be on this deposition with Big Ak. So Joanna Manillo, and you can look her up. I even have these screenshots of her Instagram. She's also a Roc. She said they're Team Roc. What does that mean? Well, she decides to share the screen, right? And it shows the conversations between Joanna and Mary. And they're both talking about, oh, poor Alana over here. Alana, which is giving the face for the racial marks. Alana, they're talking crap about her. So be careful, girl. She says you're from Atlanta, so you better be careful, man. Them Rock Brunch must not be paying a whole lot right now if you're going to up and leave anyways. But just be careful, because you got Joanna and Marie talking crap about you, right? And this is in the screenshots. This is in the freaking, this is not even black and white. This is in HD color 4K, bro. So when the other attorney's screen is shared, there's a lot of other names that were here. So Alana Harris, Charles Rice, Daniel Humpathary, I don't freaking know what his name is, Janelle Shamilton, Julian Shin, and Brendan Ferguson. These are some people that we need to know. Why are they on the screenshot of this that Ak is showing? Because he said, I thought he wasn't supposed to show anything from the deposition. But hey, it's fair use because it was shared from your screens, you idiots. Roc Nation, this is you. You guys, you dumb. Like, straight up in the messages you see Joanna resting bitch face and Marie talking about, oh, I'm gonna tell Dez. I can't wait to tell Dez and all this stuff. Bro, I wonder what Dez they're talking about. Let's think here what Dez they're talking about. Who's Dez? Who do you think Dez is? Desiree Perez, the owner, co-owner of Roc Nation. So they're trying to railroad Tory Lanez, bro, and they were trying to get Big Act to make kind of like a confession statement of like, oh yes, he does believe that what happened to Megan was the truth or whatever. They were trying to catch him in all these lies and all this shit. They even started bringing up LeBron. They were bringing up everything besides what they were there for, and it was about Milagros and all that other stuff. Basically, pray for Tory Lanez, man, because it's gonna be difficult to go after the smoking. Go after the big corporation like Roc Nation. All right, it's gonna be hard to go after Roc Nation, right? They're a big time and they mean business, right? So that goes to all the bloggers. We can't be saying nothing about Megafoot. We can't say nothing about Megan the Huge Foot Stallion no more because they're gonna start suing everybody. They're going to just sue everybody that even talks about this big hairy foot. And I think they should have put that in there. Like, look, they said they found shrapnel in that foot, but no telling what else was on that foot. That foot is like a mile long. Tory Lanez probably crawled up to her shoe, was able to sleep there because, you know, he has the leprechaun shit. And she got mad. So that's what I believe happened. I believe that Kelsey found out that Megan Thee Stallion wore a size 14 shoe. She wanted to tell everybody, she said, Megan, just go to Ross. They're going to have your shoe size there. Go to Ross. They're going to have the big sizes for you. You have a Shaq foot. Megan the Shaq foot. You need some help because you're trying to drag an innocent man into the freaking... Bro, you already drug him in the mud. What else are you going to do now? Like, you shat on him. Like, what else do you want to happen? Like, what is up with all these depositions and all this shit? Like, where's the evidence? Where is the cold hard evidence? It doesn't exist.
She testified to all of that. At the end of the day, the jury determined that there was sufficient evidence to convict Mr. Lanez, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Which is to say that the jury believed her, right?
Yeah, well.
Objection as to form.
I would imagine they believed her. I don't know if did we do a polling of all these jurors? I mean, they voted overall.
Hold on, Mr. Allen. I think you and I already discussed that the jury came to their decision unanimously.
Now, what she's doing, and this is why I said, I don't know if Roc Nation got to get Alex Spiro up here. I've been said that I'll sit down with Alex Spiro. Fuck a deposition. Me and Alex Spiro could sit down man to man, and we could have a conversation, an interview. We could talk about everything Roc Nation, Tory. We could talk about, I don't care what it is. Because he does represent a lot of interest that seems to be like maligned against a lot of things that I feel like maybe my opinions. Don't send the B squad. You see, the B squad is like these people who are used to dealing with dummies. And what she's trying to do is pass one off to me saying, well, you know, Meg basically talked about even when she didn't tell the truth and when she did tell the truth and how she told everything and she testified and Tory still got convicted, right? And I'm like, yes, that did happen. Here's where they thought I was a slow nigga. They're trying to pass this off as, so you have to agree with this. They're saying, so because the jury convicted him, the jury believed everything Meg said. Now, does anybody in the chat or anybody within these the listening ears of this content believe that the jury voted on if they believed everything Meg said, or did they vote on did the prosecutor prove their case enough? I would go with the latter. They voted on the prosecutor's case. They never voted on if they believe Meg 100%. But because her objective is to make Meg seem not as a liar. And this is what I'm saying. This is a Roc Nation tactic. They brought me in a deposition for me to hopefully say, nah, Meg ain't really a liar. No, I said what I said. She said mad things that I could, again, it would be one thing if like this was some secret shit where I'm like, where it's like, are you sure she lied to you and there's no proof? I could pull up public documents of her lying. Why are y'all trying to now have me change my opinion to say that she's not a liar?